I got excited. We're live. We're live. We're live. And it's July 1st. Woo! Hello and welcome. Welcome.
Sit tight. There's nobody on yet.
But I'm saying welcome. Okay, fine. Let's just look at them awkwardly as they arrive. Or not even as they arrive, as they watch the replay. It's like that weird awkwardness.
Oh my
We are so excited. It is Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day. And it is 4th of July weekend. I have a surprise for you once you guys start coming on.
4th of July weekend?
Well, yeah, it's the weekend before 4th of July. So a lot of people start celebrating because 4th of July.
The previous week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because people start celebrating this weekend because 4th of July is on a Wednesday.
Valid.
And depending on the company you work for, or whatever you do, you only maybe get Wednesday off. So it's like random right in the middle of the week.
Okay.
Hey. So welcome. Happy 4th of July pre-weekend, Mr. Literal, as you guys found out in the last episode. If you did not watch the last episode, go back and you'll hear all about how awesomely literal Jay is.
We didn't talk about how freaking literal I was during the whole show.
Yeah, we did. I mentioned it. I got upset. I do remember that very distinctly. So as you're arriving, let us know where you're listening from, where you're watching from.
Where you at?
And then also, if you're watching the replay, put #replay.
Right.
Woot woot. And what else? Oh, if you're a first-time watcher, put first-time watcher. Like, put something cool down there. What should they put?
Why are you, like, singing everything?
I don't know. I'm excited. Really, what should they put if you're a first-time watcher?
Yeah, just put first time.
First-time watcher, like a hashtag if you want to make it super cool, I guess. Make sure that you share, like, comment, share with your friends, invite your friends, because the more we get the word out, the more that we can impact lives and we can help people change their lives and really live their best.
10 weeks of this, and you think I would have gotten down how to share to my page by now.
I know, it takes you like 5 minutes. We're like 5 minutes in almost, and you're like just now sharing it.
God, stop being dramatic.
I am dramatic. I'm sorry.
Right.
So I did want to say happy 4th of July. USA.
Hey.
Woo! Yeah. Let me take this off. Make it a whole lot of fun. Woo! Oh, by the way, our show is not one of those shows. I just wanted to be goofy.
Welcome to the show.
I'm so excited.
Guys.
All right. So on last week's show, we talked about the power of words, and we touched on some really powerful things. So we talked about how what you think and what you say.
Did we even welcome them to the show?
We did. Go ahead. Start. Welcome.
Guys.
I said welcome.
What's up? How you doing? Welcome to the Hollastic Life Show with Jay and Jay. I'm Jay.
I'm Jenny.
So basically, what this show is about is basically, as you can tell by the title, living holistically, not just with exercise and fitness and nutrition and all that good stuff, but just all around wholesome type of thing. So we talk about wholesome. Yeah.
So it's a nice, like, white picket fence, peanut butter and jelly word. That's what it reminds me of. Wholesome.
I'll find another word for next week then. But not only do we talk about nutrition, fitness, and all that other stuff, we talk about the importance of mental health, social health, financial health, and organizational health, as in your jobs, where you work out, all that good stuff, and linking up with the right people. So, welcome.
Welcome.
All right.
Happy 4th, USA. Guess they went out of order for you.
You know why she's super stoked? Because Tuesday's her birthday.
Oh.
That's why she's super stoked. So,
well, it's July. It's my birthday month. Who else celebrates their birthday month, the whole month?
So make sure to wish Jen a happy early birthday. Go ahead and wish her a happy early birthday now. She'll probably love it.
I'm waiting.
Oh, my gosh. She's waiting. Let's get it rolling, man.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So now that we've done the welcome, let's talk about last week's show. We did the power of words. So we talked about how what you think
right.
and what you say
right.
defines your future.
Right.
We also talked about how your words and actions have energy in them.
Right.
We're going to talk about a little bit more about that today.
Okay.
And then to replace them dirty words.
Like you were in a zone tonight.
We're going to replace those dirty words with empowering words. So make sure you catch the replay of that show from last week, The Power of Words. Welcome, Carrie. Welcome, Rachel. I see some hearts coming up on the screen.
Is that Rachel?
Yeah, Rachel.
Rachel, happy early birthday. I hope you partied. It's still Sunday, so you're still probably partying. And by the way, girl, love the new profile picture. Yellow looks good on you.
Yes. And you know what's so cool? So Jay said my birthday's Tuesday. Rachel's birthday is Tuesday. We're July 3rd, like buddies for life, which is awesome. It's super cool. She's in my phone as Rachel July 3rd. And I think I'm in her phone the same. Jenny July 3rd. So anyways, getting into today. Why are you laughing at me? You know that you have so much fun with me.
I love live shows.
Which makes them super fun. Oh, she said birthday besties. # birthday bestie. All right. Oh, that doesn't work that way. All right. So today we're talking about self-talk. And really where it's an extension of last week's show, where we're going a little deeper with self-talk and some of the mental chatter, some of the energy.
Right. We're
going into how it's helping you or hindering you.
Hey, I'm just like totally random and sidebar. If I make any kind of funny face or do something weird with my hands, just say Jay, you're doing it again. All right.
You got like a little challenge going on or something?
Well, no, I mean, I look back at these videos and be like, oh, I look so uninterested right there. It was like, oh, what am I thinking about right there? It's like, oh.
I'll have to start training you on like the TV smile or whatever.
Is the stove on? Did I leave the bathwater running?
I even wondering, I'm sitting next to you. I'm like, hello, do you care? Come into the show, please.
So just be like, just yell at me through the live. You're doing it again. Stop. And I'm like, oh, all right.
And I'll just start tickling and be like,
be
laugh.
mindful. All right, yeah. Okay. Back to the point.
Back to the point. All right, so we're talking about self-talk and the energy and the mental chatter. So here's some things just to set the table. You've probably heard this before, but studies show that there are 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts that go through our brains each and every day.
That's a lot of thoughts.
It is. And up to 80% of these thoughts are negative. And even going to another level, 5% of all of those thoughts you're actually conscious about. There's the other 95% that are just happening. And a lot of the 95% is supporting those conscious thoughts and decisions you make.
Wow.
And what's really crazy too is that all those thoughts that are going through, there is like, usually it's the same discussion with inside your brain every day. You're thinking a lot of the same things.
That's crazy. Like, are my socks mixed matched?
Right. The fact that you even said that, maybe you just brought that from the subconscious to the conscious.
Well, I know my socks aren't mixed matched. So I was just throwing it out there.
Right. So awesome. I love it. But really, the reason why I share that with you is that, there are so many thoughts that we have, and there's no way you can control them all.
Right.
There's no way that you're even going to be able to, go to 0% negative thoughts. I mean, we're humans. There's things that are going to cross our minds, but it's really just a matter of how do you train yourself to reduce that number?
Right.
How do you train yourself to catch when you're thinking about something negative? How do you train yourself when that thought comes up and noticing where it's stemming from where it's holding you back? Because if you're not even aware, you may not be aware. Whoa, that was like a double weirdness. If you're not aware, you may not be aware of how it's affecting your life. So we're going to go into that deeply. I know, that's why I was like, All right. So here's another thing to talk about with all of the thought and energy is energy. It actually takes more energy to complain, to gossip. It leads to draining your energy. Have you ever got off a phone call before with a friend or a coworker? Yep. It's all negative and you just feel extremely drained.
Family member,
right? It's draining. And it drains your energy. It also leads to self-sabotage, where I know I've been on those circuits before when I've been thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm too young, I'm too this. And we talked about some of those words last week on the dirty words when we went into that aspect of it. But it's just draining. It's so draining. And really, here's something that we were talking about earlier today. Have you ever noticed when you're in a lower energy, you're just thinking lower? How else can I explain this? It's basically like when you're all excited, like right now, I'm excited in this show and my energy is like up here.
So when you're down in the dumps?
So when you're down in the dumps, your energy's lower. You're maybe thinking some self-defeating thoughts about yourself or your life or your situation, or you're feeling bummy or crummy. Have you ever noticed, bummy or crummy? Have you ever noticed that you tend to be more interested in eating some like soul food or some cookies or some crunchies or whatever it is that makes you feel like...
I don't know where you grew up, but I'm always interested in eating some soul food.
But that's true. Look, not all of these things may be the things that like come in the bummy crummy phase, but the point is there's something along the lines of one of those types of categories that you're drawn to. Like I can tell when my energy's low or when I'm thinking a little bummy crummy, I want to go eat snacks and brownies and
comfort
chips,
food.
Comfort food.
That's what you're looking for, comfort food.
But I was giving some examples. But a lot of people say soul food's really good and it's comfort food. So but have you ever noticed that when your energy's lower, you tend to, and it's almost like if you don't break yourself of it, it becomes a cycle.
Right. Habit.
It's a habit. It's a cycle.
Right.
And so that's what I'm talking about with the energy of the negative thoughts, the energy of positive thoughts, the energy behind what it takes for you to create that experience for yourself. I mean, that's the best way I'm thinking of saying it right now, because how you stand up and how you approach life every day is an experience.
Agreed.
You don't look bored. You're doing good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You have any newcomers?
Nobody's posted yet saying that they're a newbie. All right. So so this leads into mastery of learning to be aware of your negative thoughts and turning them into positive thoughts, mastery of really learning how to step into this more empowered, this stronger, this powerful, this confident, this amazing, this positive energy, attracting version of you is really, ultimately it's going to help you save time.
Okay. It's
going to help you make more money.
Dig it.
And feel more energized.
Ooh, more money. Who doesn't want to make more money?
Bang, 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 bang. So, and here's what I think about, if you're not digging your situation or your job or whatever it is you're going after and you're constantly complaining about it, think about how much that can put you back because you're missing out on sales, you're missing out on opportunities, you're missing out on connections because you're just constantly like, rah, 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 rah.
And just the positive energy, all that comes to play, but you're missing out on that self-care for you.
Hi, Kate. Kate joined.
Oh, God. Grammar police.
And so did your sister.
Grammar polices.
The Rangels. I probably messed that up.
My sister's going to text me and tell me I got crap in my eye.
Come on, clean out them eyes. So
blow your nose before you go in line.
That's what we love our family for. And friends, of course. So we're talking about mastery. Sorry, the whole stuff up your nose thing kind of threw me off. Mastery. I was like, do I have stuff in my nose? Ew.
Awesome.
Mastery. So here's really where we put together 5 steps that can help you to begin to master, or if you've already done this in the past, how you can bring it back up to the forefront.
I don't want to call them steps, more like practices or exercises.
I like that. 5. Well, they're not 5 separate exercises.
Well, no, it's just
it's an exercise.
It's a consistent practice of it's an exercise. It's a process of an exercise.
Okay.
So, I mean,
you just stopped.
no,
I thought you were going to keep saying something.
no, it was just, it's like the process of the exercise. These 5 things are a part of the exercise.
Okay, perfect. Then we have 5 amazing things that are part of a very powerful exercise.
If not anything else, you guys should tune into the show just to see how we're going to react with each other. So back to the 5 steps in these exercises.
All right. So here's the thing. Step number 1 is awareness. And you hear us talking about this all the time. It's becoming aware of the thoughts that are coming up during the day. So here's a great way to look at it. If you have a goal or a big dream that you're going after, and you find yourself feeling stuck or not making the progress that you feel like that you should be making right now.
Okay.
It's like, I want you to start paying attention to your thoughts. Start paying attention to what you're
Kate.
thinking. Yeah, Kate. She said you guys are killing me. I want you to start paying attention to your thoughts. Start paying attention to the things that you're saying, whether they're inside your head or outside and they're being said to other people. And you may find that you're saying things like, well, I'll never do this, or I'm not that, or some of those dirty words we talked about last week. So
right.
Pay attention. You might find that your words and your energy behind those words are hindering you from reaching that next goal. Progress. Or even like that evolution of yourself. There's a lot that we as human beings can really pull ourselves down and really beat ourselves up.
Agreed.
And you have to really be mindful of what's going on up here and the mental chatter and what you're telling yourself. And sometimes it's good too to start writing down.
I was getting ready to ask. I mean, it's easy to say be more aware, but with those numbers you spit out earlier, you're only conscious of 5% of that. So if the majority of that is negative, how do you become self-aware? I mean, it's one thing to say, become self-aware. That's like a personal trainer telling you need to eat less and eat slower. Okay, cool. How do I do that?
I'd say step number 1 is you're here on this show. You're watching this show because this is helping it to bring it back up into your awareness.
Shameless plug.
But it's true. It's not even a shameless plug. It's an authentic plug because you're becoming even more aware of the things that are going on. Another thing, and we're going to share a little bit more about this later, is continuing to surround yourself with powerful people, positive mindsets, positive video, audio, etc., because it'll continue to bring it up into your subconscious. Because the thing is when you're going to make change doesn't happen immediately.
Right.
You have to be willing to be patient through the process, because what's going to happen during the awareness phase and as you're changing this is you're going to notice something. And let's say you're like thinking to yourself, oh, I'm not good enough and I can't make it. And then you're like telling your friend, oh, I'm not good enough, I can't make it.
Right.
Then maybe later in the day, you'll be like, oh my gosh, earlier I was like talking smack about myself. Like it may be like way later in the day or the next day that you realize it.
Right. And
then as time goes on, maybe you catch it an hour after. And then maybe you catch it right after. Then maybe you catch it, you'll say, better not say that. Like as you're saying it, you might catch it. And then you get to the point where you catch it up here. And then you get to the point where you're saying more empowering things and you're asking more empowering questions. So
what you're saying is basically this is a consistent practice that you have to continue.
Yes. Consistent practice and exercise, as Jay said. that really helps you in this process. Hey, Nairi.
Oh,
welcome. She made it. Holla.
All right. Awareness was 1.
Awareness was number 1.
What's next?
Number 2 is really, as you're transitioning from that awareness, is now we're talking about limiting beliefs.
Okay.
And it's really understanding. So you've got the awareness and then understanding when you're saying limiting beliefs and recognizing them.
What is a limiting belief?
A limiting belief is something that you're saying. So for example, I used to say when I started my business in the past, and sometimes this creeps up on me too, is before, when I was building my Rock Your Lifestyle brand with my old company and I was speaking and I was coaching and I was, doing different things like that, I was building a professional speaker business, and I used to say, I'm too young. Why would anybody even listen to me? And that thought is really what really weighed a lot on me. And it was a matter of catching myself saying that. So that was a limiting belief, because that's not true.
Right.
I wasn't too young to be teaching people. I had a lot of really powerful things to help people with. And on the reverse side of that, hey, Hugh, welcome to the show. So on the reverse side of that, maybe you're saying you're too old, or you're saying you're not good enough, or you're saying, you're not ready for that director, that VP position, or whatever it is. And so you may be saying something like that, or you may be saying, I'm a failure because I didn't make X amount of dollars by the time I was 30 or 40 or 50, or I didn't X by the time I was Y.
And I want to piggyback on that, because it's not only things that we say, but sometimes certain situations that we're in play an important part. I don't want to say like important. What? Like, I can't be successful because I come from this type of neighborhood.
That's a good one.
Or, none of my family members went to college, so I'm only destined for a dead-end job. Sometimes we use our environment as a limiting factor. So not only beliefs, but limiting factors as well. Especially for me, a lot of you guys may or may not know, and we'll get into this a little deeper in one of the shows, but I was born with a visual impairment. So, I was told I wouldn't be able to do a lot of things. And luckily, I have a kick-ass family who would not let me believe any of those things. So, they pushed me, they challenged me. They're the reasons I am who I am. Same with the people I associate with. They never let me use that as an excuse. But, your situation does not define who you are. It's your determination to go after and do what you want to do that defines who you are. So there's I want to say Henry Ford. I see a lot of people quote this. No matter if you tell yourself, I'm probably saying it wrong,
think you can
or think you can't,
you're right.
Right.
And that's actually one of the quotes in one of my chapters in my book.
That's where I got it from.
Oh, powerful. Look at you.
I was just browsing for the show.
But what you're saying is so true, because think about it. If you've had certain circumstances and a life and an upbringing, maybe you grew up around a ton of negativity where everybody in your life were always talking about how horrible this was or horrible that was, or how this isn't possible. And, think of all the powerful things that were said around us as kids when we're very open. Money doesn't grow on trees. What do you think this is?
Right.
Or oh, the rich people are really disgusting. We hate rich people.
Or you need to work hard until you're 50.
Right. Or you got to work 40 hours times 3 a week, or you're not successful.
Or whatever.
Or if you don't make X amount of money, like all of those things that were said, those are all limiting beliefs.
Or you need to give up all your friends and all the things that make you happy to be successful.
Yeah. Which there's so many things that are put out there. So really recognizing those limiting beliefs, that's number 2. And we could talk about that for a while, but the thing is to help you to turn and start thinking about different things. So
and being aware of those limiting beliefs. You see what I did there? You see what I did?
Aware, limiting beliefs. Number 3 is positive affirmations. Now, the thing is, and I know, like, I have been telling people this for years, and people always look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, it works. It really can help you, especially if you're determined, like Jay said.
Well, what if we simplify for those? I'm playing devil's advocate right now, but for those people who are like, ooh, affirmations, that's kind of woo. That's I don't know about that. Ooh, what is an affirmation?
Okay, say positive statements.
Okay.
Use a different word. If affirmations doesn't work for you, say positive statements. Because really what we're doing in this step is a couple of things. So we're recognizing what the limiting belief is, and then we're turning it into a positive affirmation, a positive statement. Really what I want you to do is I want you to take that negative thing that you've said out loud or to yourself, and I want you to flip it on its head and turn it to a positive version of that. So for example, we said before, I'm too young to teach anyone. Let's say that we go with that. The positive affirmation, positive statement then is, I am a very powerful woman who is ready, destined, and able, or man, but I'm switching it, right? I'm a very powerful person, man, woman, who is destined and able to be able to deliver powerful content to the people I come in contact with, right? It could be any version of that. And the more, like, think about the energy of saying, I'm too young to teach anyone, right? And if I look at you and I'm telling you I'm too young, no one wants to listen to me. You could be a friend or a person who goes, yeah, you're right. I don't know. Can you really make it? You should maybe stick in your job, right? And it feeds into it. And then I continue to feel like this, and I continue to get, pushed down a little more. Versus when I write this positive affirmation, this positive statement, it's like, I am an empowered woman. I am a leader. I am, someone who was brought here to be able to empower others and help them lead their best life.
Right.
It's like it almost stands you up.
Right.
Not almost, like it helps stand you up and create a different posture. The thing is just by saying this or thinking this once isn't going to change it. You've got years and years. I mean, Kate says here, I believe in half full. Never knew if we were rich or poor growing up, thank goodness.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's all about what you're exposed to and how it's presented and how you choose to look at it. Since we're talking about words, and maybe you can help me out with this, but there's an activity I want you guys to try with somebody so you can actually see how powerful your words are. But you basically hold your arm out. We don't have to do it because we would have to stand up or whatever. I don't really want to stand up. But you hold your arm out, right? And the other person is going to have their two fingers. Don't put your hand.
Do you want to do it? Let's just stand up and do it.
All right.
Because then we show it. We can stand up. We're not lazy bums. Good thing I put my pants on today.
Yeah, I didn't want you guys to see what a chunky monkey I've become.
Oh, whatever. Hey.
That's what
chunky monkey I've become. Hold on.
No.
You're not chunky monkey. Okay. Put your arm out. Okay, so what are you doing? What do I gotta do?
Put my arm out?
No. I'm
So basically you're going to say, what is it? I can resist. I can resist, right? Only my two fingers.
Okay.
And maybe we should do my arm because you're stronger than me. But okay. So you say it.
I can resist. I can resist. I can resist. I can resist. I can. I gave up. So that's why you pushed me down.
All right. So now she's gonna say, I will resist. Same two fingers.
I will resist. I will resist. I will resist.
I'm
I will resist. I will resist. I will resist. Okay, my arm hurts.
See?
Okay. But do it the other way. Do the I can't.
We just did that. I can't. Okay.
I said I can. You told me to say I can.
But there was a difference between I can and I will. All right.
I can't resist. 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 I'm seriously trying.
The I can't is the similar to I can. Because it's really no difference.
But do you see how much more worse that was? I can't.
I thought it was the same as I can.
That's fine.
Maybe you guys saw the difference. But
I felt the difference. Hey, Sharon.
Since we spent 5 minutes.
No, we didn't.
On that. But see, the difference between I can is not a definite. I can means, okay, if I do, I might not. I will is a defining statement stating I'm going to do this. Like you've already made up your mind that you're going to do this. The same thing with the affirmations or.
Well, right. Because it's the thing is when you're statements. Shifting from that negative, that disempowering head chatter, the things that you're saying, when you're shifting from that to the positive at first, it's going to be different. And here's what I'm really highly encouraging you to do. And this is what I was talking about before, where a lot of people look at me crazy and are like, why would you do this? I mean, write it down. Write down your 2 or 3 most limiting, disempowering beliefs that you have right now that are holding you back towards your goal.
That you think you have.
And that write that opposite empowering positive affirmation, positive statement on an index card or a note card or whatever you want to do. Write them on there, and every day say them to yourself in the mirror. Say them to yourself every day in the mirror. And I know it's weird and awkward and it's but if you really empower and embody this,
right.
what's going to happen is over, I challenge you to do it for 15 days if you can make it. I mean, I think you can, but this is your life that it's a small amount of time. So stand in front of the mirror.
I know you can.
Ooh, power. So stand in front of the mirror and say these affirmations to yourself in the mirror. What's going to happen is at first they're going to feel a little awkward and you're going to be like, I am an empowered, like you don't fully believe it. So each day work on standing up a little bit taller, work on empowering and embodying what that is, getting that energy behind it.
I honestly believe if you actually start to believe it, you don't have to work on that. It'll just happen. It'll just happen. Like,
well, this will help in that process.
Salespeople, it's a sales. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's a sales guru here, but they tell you when you're making phone calls, when you're doing stuff, don't sit down. Like especially if you're on the phone trying to converse with potential clients or whatever, get up, walk around, smile. Sit up straight, put yourself in that position of power, because the energy flows or whatever. Like if you've tried to talk to somebody slumped over a desk, like even talking to them, it's different. It's different.
It's all the energy and intention behind it. So one thing that'll take those affirmations to the next level, and Chrissy, hi Chrissy, thanks for joining. She said affirmations are everything. Because here's the thing, Tony Robbins calls them incantations. And you can use any word that works for you in the situation that makes you feel empowered and ready to go. But the thing is I had a coach one time that had me do this card, right? He had me write on the card, and guess what? I had to call him every day for 2 weeks and say those to him.
She hated that.
Oh, it sucked at the beginning, but by the time I had done it, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 times, or how, I don't remember because it's been years. By the time I did it, like I was like, I'd call him and I'd be like, I am amazing, I am awesome. And he'd be like, woo, and we'd hang up and that was it. It's like all of my energy shifted. And granted, my affirmations weren't just I am amazing and awesome. Like they were very specific, written, positive affirmations that allowed me to step into that energy. I swear, I'm telling you, it works.
I would not like to do an exercise like that in the morning. I'll have to call him in the afternoon.
Well, in the afternoon, call him at whatever time of the day that works for you. And this could be with a friend or a coach.
I was being funny. All right, so that was 3.
So that was 3, and Kate said have it on the mirror.
Yeah, have it. Yeah, put it somewhere where you have to see it. Put it somewhere where like you have to face it. Like there's no running away from it. Like I'm not putting it on a nightstand. I'm not putting it in a drawer. If you brush your teeth, hopefully you guys brush your teeth every morning. Put it right there in the bathroom on the mirror. So as soon as you get up, you have to see it.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we're basically already talking about number 4, which is execute.
Oh, well.
It's saying it. It's it's surrounding yourself with the right people and mindsets. It's
that was super easy.
It's having your battle buddy,
buddies.
That we talked about last week, your battle buddy who will really help you to hold yourself accountable.
Love battle buddies.
And be there for you.
Yep.
And not let you get out of it.
Yep.
Someone who's going to hold your feet to the fire and be like, your ass is calling me. I'm just saying.
That's what you need.
And if you don't have any friends that can do that, then I would highly recommend you look into investing into a coach who will be your battle buddy.
Yep.
For that process. So,
or you can join the Healthy Philosophies group.
Yes.
Where we hold you accountable.
We'll hold you accountable in there, but also what we're going to do is I'm going to post some of our favorite motivational videos and audios that you can listen to, because that's another way. You listen to that every morning in the shower, on your drive to work,
right?
Because that also helps you to get inspired and excited.
Right.
And one thing we didn't talk about that I want to go back just a second when we're talking about the positive affirmations. That's like the baseline. But what will make it even stronger is the empowering questions. We didn't even talk about that. We could do a whole live on empowering questions. But the point of empowering questions is to ask questions that you don't expect an immediate answer to. And they start with like, how can I step even more into my leader energy so that I can connect with even more people while having fun doing it?
Or they can just be simple.
Well, right. And that's elaborating, because it's like, you want to say even more. How can I?
Right.
But
the more you do that, the more the questions just come. That's another one of those exercises that start out. It's kind of weird when you start out, but the more you do it, the more easy, the more questions, the more things that just start to flow.
Because it's like the energy you're putting out there to be able to bring it back. And we talked about that last week. So number 5, be consistent. One and done doesn't work. You can't just leave this today and say your affirmations tonight and expect everything to be hum-de-da.
Right.
I mean, Chrissy says, I have my affirmations on my mirror and in my car.
Oh, 2 places.
I believe 100%.
If you work a desk job, they should be at your desk too. So by the time you get to work, you're all fired up. You're ready to go.
You're like, oh, lit, excited.
No, lit is died.
No, lit up.
No.
I know. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh my God. I just read something on that. But here's the thing. I mean, it's just stepping into that,
right,
that energy, stepping into something that makes you feel even more excited.
And it's really not hard. We see people, we compare ourselves to people who do these things every day, and we question, what are they doing that I'm not? This is probably one of the things that they're doing. They have some kind of, it might not be this exact thing, but they might have a certain exercise that they do that gets them into that mind frame that helps them step into that position of embodied power, or whatever they need to get done. I mean, and when they feel that they're starting to slip or whatever, they either have that battle buddy or they have that audio or that video that they go to, and they play it, and it pulls them right back, and they're consistent with it. So it's not that these people wake up at 5 a.m. It's not that they work, more than you do. It's the little things. We always look for this huge, big flashing sign that says, here I am. No, it's the simple things. It's the simple things continuously done over and over and over until they become second nature. And that's what these people are doing. But unfortunately, some people aren't willing to do that because it's easier, as we discussed last week in the show, to be negative. I'm done.
The thing is if you feel stupid or feel like this isn't something that you want to do, I would highly encourage you to leave that behind, because these activities will only take a minimal amount of time and really could dramatically change your life over the next couple weeks to years. And these are things that you can use from now until forever that'll help you in your job, your career, your business, relationships,
whatever.
It'll help you with your entire life. And these are skills that you definitely want to master.
Agreed.
And so to recap, the 5 parts of the exercise, the daily exercise that we highly encourage is awareness is number 1. Number 2, understanding and recognizing your limiting beliefs. Number 3, turning those into positive affirmations, statements. Number 4, execution. And number 5 is being consistent. So those are the things. And if you are sitting here thinking, well, I already know this. Well, look, there's really not much new under the sun. And the fact that you already know it, just check in with yourself and see if you're taking action on it.
Right.
I mean, heck, I wrote about this in my book, and there's plenty of times where I haven't taken action because I forgot, right? So we're here to help bring it back up to the surface for you,
right,
and help you to really get to that next level in your life and business.
There's an app, and I kind of wish I would have done this before the show because I would have played a sample. There's an app that I do not use all the time, but I do use sometimes.
See, it brought it up to the surface.
It's called Pep Talk. And basically there's like little 2 to 5 minute recordings of
someone type that in the comments. The app Pep Talk.
Pep Talk, right?
Yep, Pep Talk.
Pep Talk. And I do believe it's free. You have 1 audio a day that's free. And then you can pay for a subscription if you want to for full access to everything. But you can start your day with a pep talk. And these are like motivating, like seriously. Like I forget the one I wanted to play. It's like 2 minutes. And I would listen to it, especially when Jen's not here, because when she's not here, I sleep in because no one else is moving and I don't have to get up. But I would play that when she wasn't here, and it would just get me so ready to go. Mind you, I don't know what I was getting ready to go for, but I was ready to go. If it showed up, I was ready. But, it was just those type of things. These people, and One was from like Les Brown, and they put like this music behind it too. Like it just gets you going. You're like, yeah, like Rudy.
Nairi said, "Ooh, pep talk sounds so cool."
It is.
I agree. I want to download it now. Thank you for telling me. I just learned about it.
I would play a sample. May I play a sample next week? Remind me, and I'll play a sample from Pep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Next week
we can do that. So, thank you guys for joining in. I want to let you know that a lot of what we're talking about, what we're focusing on in the month of July, comes from Rock Your Lifestyle book. I wrote this book. I think it came out in 2013 or 2014, and a lot of what we're going into, this is all in chapter 2, Power of a Positive Mindset. So I only have, as you see, this has my maiden name on it and my old really corporate picture. So I only have 25 of these left.
Our branding right now is like going forward. We got some real cool, funky branding coming your way. Like
it's gonna be awesome.
We are super excited about this branding.
Fun.
We're super excited.
So I want to be able to gift these and bless these out into people's lives. So what I'm doing is I'm pairing the Get Out of Your Own Way audio, which basically talks about everything we talked about today. So it's something you can, put it on MP3 and put it on your phone. When I dropped this in the past, CDs in your car were really cool. I don't know how cool they are anymore, but basically you can rip this and put it on, on your cell phone. And I know, right? I'm like, I don't even think I have one in my car. So what you're getting is you're getting both of them. And I've got a 25% off code for watching. So it's RYLS25. And the website is www.rockyourlifestyle.com. That's where you can go to get the 2 of these. I think it's $15 after the 25% discount.
We'll post the link in the description after we're done.
We'll post that for you. Now, Great Cycle Challenge. How did we do? Are you dying to know?
Holy crap.
Are you dying to know?
Holy crap.
So if you haven't been watching, or if you're a first-time watcher, Great Cycle Challenge is a challenge that happened for the month of June to help support and raise money and awareness for kids' cancer.
Awesome cause. Basically, you pledge to ride a certain amount of miles ride on a bike, certain amount of miles for the month of June. The least amount of miles is 100, minimum 100. If you're in a big biking community, people see that and they laugh. That's it? Only 100?
I do 100 a day.
Yeah, I do that Tuesdays.
I had someone tell me that I do 100 a week, and I was like, well, that's great. 100 for us was a stretch.
Yeah, 100 for us was a stretch, but it forces you to get out of your comfort zone. It challenges you because it's freaking hot in June, and this is a bit of the rainy season here in Florida. So
how'd we do? Did we make it?
We made it.
Woo!
We hit 107 miles.
And we set an intention and a goal to raise $500, and we're short of that. I think a little over $100.
Yeah.
And we still have, even though it ended in June, we still have the month of July. So if you would like to donate to help with kids' cancer, we'll post the link there. And any little bit counts and any little bit helps. We would be very honored to have you be a part of that.
And if you love riding, we plan to do. Yes, she has no choice. I think she's actually become a big fan of bike riding.
I do. Too. I like it.
This is one of the causes we plan to do every year. So we definitely want to build this community up, and maybe next year we'll have a team of riders all over the U.S.
It'll be fun.
I don't have the numbers with me, but the last time I looked, the raised close to $6.5 million for this, and there were close to 3.5 million riders. No, there were 50,000 riders who rode close to 3.5 million miles. So if you just put that in compare, and if you think about that, it's freaking awesome. So it's definitely something I want to do every year. Definitely want to build a group of people who want to do this with us. It was awesome.
And thank you guys for joining in. Please let us know if there's any other topics or things that you want us to talk more about. Message us or comment below, and we will build that into our content calendar just for you. So see you next week. Enjoy the holiday, USA. Mahala.